today's class. In today's class, we are considering the topic redox reactions. Redox reactions. Redox reactions are concerned with the transfer of electrons between species. Redox reactions are concerned with the transfer of electrons between species. The term comes from the two concepts of reduction and oxidation. So, from RED, we have reduction, and OX, we have oxidation. So, when we put the two together, it gives us the topic under consideration, which is redox reactions. And every oxidation must be accompanied by a reduction and vice versa. I take it again. Every oxidation reaction must be accompanied by a reduction reaction and vice versa. What does this mean? This simply means that whenever oxidation takes place, there is reduction. And whenever reduction takes place, there is oxidation. So the two reactions occur simultaneously, meaning it's not possible for us to have reduction without oxidation or oxidation without reduction. Alright, let us look at the definition of the two concepts, oxidation and reduction. And in terms of definition of these two concepts, we are going to consider these two concepts in terms of oxygen, hydrogen, electrons, and then oxidation number. So, for the first definition, and in terms of oxygen, reduction means the addition of oxygen to a substance. Reduction means the addition of oxygen to a substance. This simply means that whenever oxygen is being added to a substance, then oxidation has taken place. So oxidation means the addition of oxygen to a substance. Reduction is the opposite of oxidation. So reduction, on the other way around, means the removal of oxygen from a substance. And this is to say that whenever oxygen is being removed from a substance, reduction has taken place. We take example, the reaction between carbon and zinc 2 oxide to give us carbon 4 oxide, and then zinc makes up. In this reaction, zinc 2 oxide, this species here is the one bearing oxygen atom. Here there is no oxygen. So we said that oxidation is the addition of oxygen to a substance. So oxygen from zinc oxide is being removed and added to carbon to give us carbon 4 oxide. So this very reaction from carbon to carbon 4 oxide, carbon as a single element here, and on the right hand side oxygen is being added. So this reaction represents oxidation. However, we say reduction is the removal of oxygen from a substance. Okay? On the left hand side we have zinc with oxygen, but on the right hand side you can see zinc is all alone with no oxygen, meaning oxygen has been removed from it. So we can say that this very reaction represents reduction. So once again, oxidation is the addition of oxygen to a substance, while reduction is the removal of oxygen from a substance. We take number 2 definition, that is definition based on hydrogen. Now based on hydrogen, we define oxidation as the removal of hydrogen from a substance, while reduction is the addition of hydrogen to a substance. What does it mean? Based on this concept, this definition, whenever hydrogen is being removed from a substance, oxidation has taken place. And on the other hand, when hydrogen is being added to a substance, reduction has taken place. Alright, we have a reaction between hydrogen sulfide and chlorine to give us hydrogen chloride and sulfur. Okay, this species bears hydrogen, this one does not. So, from this point to here, we can see that hydrogen has been removed from sulfur. So sulfur is standing alone, and the removal of hydrogen from a substance is oxidation. So we call this reaction as oxidation. And from here to this point, chlorine is here alone, but on this other side, hydrogen has been added to it. And by definition, we say that reduction is the addition of hydrogen to a substance. So this reaction represents reduction. Okay. Number 3 definition. Definition of the two concepts based on electrons. Alright, based on electrons, we say that oxidation means loss of electrons, while reduction means gain of electrons. Oxidation means loss of electrons, while reduction means gain of electrons. So this simply means that whenever a substance has given out electron, or whenever a substance lost electrons, then oxidation has taken place. And on the other way around, whenever a substance receives or gains electrons, then reduction has taken place. A typical example, we have a reaction between magnesium and sulfur. Alright, the reaction between magnesium and sulfur. Explain this. Magnesium is element number 12. Sulfur is element number 16. So, in this reaction, okay, in this reaction, 2 electrons has been transferred from magnesium to sulfur. 2 electrons has been transferred from magnesium to sulfur. So, from this point to what we have here represents loss of electrons, which is oxidation. Because 2 electrons have been given out from magnesium. So we have this. Now from this point to this point represent reduction. Because our sulfur atom has collected 2 electrons from magnesium, giving us this configuration. Lastly, we look at the 2 concepts in terms of oxidation number. In terms of oxidation number, oxidation means increase in oxidation number, while reduction means decrease in oxidation number. This is to say, whenever oxidation has taken place, there is an increase in the oxidation number of a particular species that is involved in the reaction. And whenever reduction takes place, there is a reduction in the oxidation number of a particular species that is involved in the reaction. For example, a reaction between iron and copper 2 tetraoxosulfate 6 to give us iron 2 tetraoxosulfate 6 and copper. Alright, let us see how we can use this reaction to explain the last definition. The oxidation number of iron here is 0. The oxidation number of a single element, an element in an uncombined state, is always 0. So, iron here is a free element. It does not combine. So the oxidation state here is 0. But here, the oxidation state is 2. We call this as iron 2 sulfate. The oxidation state of copper here is plus 2, and here is 0. Okay, so we say that oxidation is an increase in oxidation number. Increase in oxidation number. And if you follow iron, you see that from 0 to plus 2 indicates an increase. So from this point to this point represents oxidation. And if we follow our copper, our copper from plus 2 to 0, reduction. This reaction represents reduction. So once again, we're looking at the two concepts of oxidation and reduction. In terms of oxygen, we're told that oxidation is the addition of oxygen to a substance, while reduction is the removal of oxygen from a substance. In terms of hydrogen, we're told that oxidation is the removal of hydrogen from a substance, while reduction is the addition of hydrogen to a substance. In terms of electrons, we're told that oxidation means loss of electrons, while reduction means gain of electrons. And then, lastly, in terms of oxidation number, we're told that oxidation is increase in oxidation number, while reduction is decrease in oxidation number. Thanks very much for watching. Do well to like, subscribe, and share. We have a continuation of this in Redox reactions part 2. This is Redox reaction part 1. For more knowledge on redox reactions, do well to watch